Do you get it? Juice WRLD. Hello and welcome back to Mid-Tone Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing the newest Juice WRLD album, Wrld Death Race for Love. So if you didn't know, he's been going around quite a lot in the emo trap rap scene. He does take a lot of influence off of Post Malone and Lil Peep, them sort of artists, and yeah, he's just released an album. If I had to rate it on this album cover, album artwork, it'd be a 10 out of 10 instantly. It looks like an old sort of PS1, PS2 sort of sleeve. Like, it looks like a game which you can play. I don't know what it'd be about. Yeah, over the last couple of years, he's released 3 albums, and this is his 3rd one in the space of 2 years. And to be honest, the first 2 albums, they were alright. They didn't really do anything innovative or really stuck out much. Sort of very sort of middle of the lane, played it quite safe. So one of the first things you notice is sort of like the auto-tune and the piano playing in the first half of the album. It's really cool, I really like it. It really gives it a bit more of an emotional impact. Yeah, especially on the opening track, Empty. He really goes in quite tough on that in terms of lyrics and the piano. And it's really emotional, it really comes off well. It comes off quite powerful for someone who sort of does a little bit of mumble rap. There are also some other songs here and there that are quite good, using the piano to really sort of get the emotion out and to sort of like get little Juice WRLD, I was going to say little Juice WRLD, Juice WRLD, to try and get Juice WRLD and his lyrics to sort of bounce out a bit more compared to the last albums, and I think that they did a pretty good job with doing that. There's also the song He Emotions, which I think is a good track and covers sort of about men and them showing emotion, because of course there's still a societal sort of thing which men can't show emotions and all that sort of stuff, and he covered it quite well, and from his own experiences and what other people would say to him and that, which is really effective. I think another thing that I have to point out is the length of this album. It has like 20 songs, I'm just going to check now, it's around 22 songs, it goes over an hour, and to be honest, a lot of the songs do sound quite similar. They do sound good, they're sort of well produced, well recorded and that, but it feels like you are listening to like the same 4 to 5 songs each time, so yeah, I don't think that really worked out in his favour, releasing 22 songs, just pushing them in like he did sort of with the last 2 albums as well. Some of the drum beats are really good, I really enjoyed some of them, and yeah, sort of around sort of the second half of the album, with Who Shot Cupid and sort of onwards, you do replace it with this sort of more guitar-y sort of sound, playing these sort of chords on a delay and that, which is alright, but it just comes off as really sort of cheesy and a bit bland. Like, I definitely preferred having the piano because it was something quite unique and grabbed your attention. Like the guitar, it's more of a distraction. Also, I want to mention something about the actual auto-tune on the tracks. I know this probably covers a lot of Juice WRLD's tracks, and yeah, I think it's mostly that auto-tune is really just used for like a commercial reason. Like, he probably wrote them songs, had no sort of reason or use for auto-tune. It does seem like it's been slapped on, because I think it'd be quite good to take it away and have him be a bit more raw, especially with sort of the quite deep and emotional sort of raps that he's actually doing in bars. Like, it would just suit it a lot better if it was just him singing, but yeah, it definitely sort of distracts me in some of the tracks, especially sort of near the end, especially with like Rider and stuff like that, them sort of songs around near the end. Like, it's really annoying with the auto-tune and also the guitar. I think there are a few tracks as well that sort of just go into sort of a regular rap sort of, oh yeah, follow the trend, hopefully this will be a single sort of thing, which are alright and do sound pretty good. He's pretty good at recording and producing these sorts of tracks, so of course he's going to do them, the executives are going to tell him to do them, and yeah, he's just been sort of firing them out. But they don't really suit that well to the album, even though there is some really good content on there. Like I was saying, sort of Empty and Round All the Start of the album is really effective, but there's some sort of tracks, the filler tracks, it seems like, where he just does like his normal sort of thing, makes it a bit more sort of mainstream, don't rap too much about sort of his emotions and that. And it's sort of like he's hiding away a little bit, which I know if you are that vulnerable, you sort of do, but it doesn't really like come off that well in sort of the album. But overall, I did actually enjoy this record. It's quite a surprise because I thought, oh yeah, sort of middle of the lane, but overall it has more positives than negatives. It might not seem like it from when I'm talking, but there are definitely some sort of good samplings. The drum beats are pretty good as well. Quite simple, but quite effective as well. It is a bit too long as well. Like, it doesn't have to be 22 songs. There's so much filler in there, and so many songs which you think, I've heard this before, especially if you're into like the second half of the album. So yeah, I think this is going to be a 6 out of 10. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this Juice WRLD track, and hopefully you enjoyed this video of mine. And yeah, I'll see you in a couple of days.